Hi, I'm Mark. I live in Indiana, in the United States. Um, I didn't get good grades in high school. It was about a B or a B minus average. I was the 33rd percentile in my high school class, and I was surprised that 66% were under me. I thought, wow, these people aren't studying. I studied all the time. I didn't go outside to do anything. When I was in high school, I studied all the time. I would turn in papers and I knew every answer was correct, or maybe missed one or something like that. And I would get B's or B minus. So I was about a B minus student in high school. And then when I went to college, it wasn't that good either. I would get probably lower grades than that. I have a lower average than B minus in college, in university. I was excited that I got into IU. I didn't think it would be that hard, but I was still excited. 33rd percentile in my graduating class. So I was wondering, I was in my high school, walking on the east side in the hall, the east side of my high school, by our environmental science class, which was easy, and I think I got maybe a B in it, maybe a B minus. I occasionally got a B plus, no A's in my high school. I studied all the time. Studied all the time. Same thing in university. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't do many. In high school, I did some extracurricular activities. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend in high school or in college or in university until after I graduated. About when I graduated, I fell in love with somebody, and she fell in love with me, Heather. But I had about a B minus in high school, lower than that in university, and I don't think either. I certainly think high school was very easy, and then when I got out, I didn't get high-paying jobs. Uh, I I'd work a job and I get fired. I mean, just simple jobs like waiter or something like that. I worked as a waiter and I got demoted, and then I got fired. I worked as a tutor. I worked as a tutor for 2 sessions, and I gave them I asked them what they want to learn. They said English, and our pastor set it up, and the two girls came back to me the second time, and they paid me. And they said, "You're an idiot." And they said, "Alan said you're an idiot." And he was the pastor or preacher at the time. And there were two people witnessing that Alan said I was an idiot. And when I went to Poland for the Polyglot Conference in Poland in 2022, in Terezin, Poland, Terezin, Poland. I didn't know Polish, and this Polish man was speaking English there, and he called me an idiot. Uh, you know, I didn't know from Adam. I didn't think he knew me from Adam. And when I was in the church, when I was finished university, there was a group of people that were gathered in where it was supposed to be like a university group, college group, type university group for our church, and I was graduating. I was graduating by that time, and one of the elder sons was making fun of me, and I didn't get it. I didn't assume that. I won't say his name. I didn't assume that he was antagonistic towards me. I didn't assume that he was problematic towards me. And there was a group of people, and they were in the corner, and they were in one area of the meeting place. It was a apartment, like meeting room. It was apartment like recreation, not recreation room, but apartment meeting room. And a woman got it set up. And there were people that were standing. It looked like a choir. There were people standing in a choir, like a choir. They're like one behind the other, but they were like in rows. And they were all standing on a corner. I came in the room, and there was the elder's son there, who was about my age, a little younger, and he was smiling and kind of laughing, and he was asking me things, and I was answering, and I didn't get. He was making fun of me, and I didn't get it. And he turned around to the choir behind him, and he said, just turned around kind of slightly like that, something like that, and said, "What an idiot." So I mean, I don't know. So I mean, I've had, I would say, disfavor, in my life. I'm a mental patient, which is a 1 in 25 chance, 4% chance that people will be a mental patient, and not 100% of those are treated. So I'm supposed to have a mental illness. It's supposed to be serious mental illness. It's supposed to be 1 in 25 people that have a serious mental illness, so 4%, and about 66%, 67%, 68%, something like that, get treated. So that would be about 3% are in my category that are quote unquote treated for a mental illness. And we get bossed around, we get yelled at more in mental institutions. And I do anyway. I get bossed around and yelled at when I'm in a mental institution. And so I mean, it's about 3% of the general population that has serious mental illness and is treated for that serious mental illness, about 3%. And I'm in that 3%. But I got fired probably about 7 times in a row. I was fired by those 2 Indian girls who said I was an idiot, and said the preacher said I was an idiot. He said, "Alan said you were an idiot." Okay. So, I mean, I don't understand, technically, how I can study my butt off in a simplistic high school and not get 1A. How did that happen? I got 1A minus in university. All the rest were B's or lower, and I got pretty low GPA. So I mean, as far as graduate school, that's not a great possibility. And there was a professor that made fun of me. I don't want to say his name. I could get in trouble. Professor made fun of me. One of my Portuguese professors made fun of me. Another one of my Portuguese professors told me that I shouldn't study Portuguese. And I was sick at the time. I had fibromyalgia at 25. So I mean, what's going on? What's going on? Because I speak 3 to 4 languages. Of course, I've written comments on YouTube in English. I've written comments to YouTube on Portuguese. In Portuguese, I've written comments to you in YouTube on Swahili. And people can see I can speak those languages. I mean, they might know not those languages, but they can pretty much tell that I speak something other than English well enough to communicate. Probably, I've done video. I've done comments on YouTube in Portuguese, in English, in Portuguese, in Swahili, and some in Spanish. I did a comment yesterday in Spanish. So about 4 languages that I can do. I studied Japanese. I didn't make the cut to go to the next year of Japanese. I studied Japanese at community college, which I didn't get an A in that. It wasn't hard. It was community college Japanese, so it wasn't hard. And then Japanese at Indiana University, that was hard. I had 4 credit hours of that. I didn't get passing. I got a passing grade, but I didn't get high enough grade to go to the next level. I've been fired like 7 times in a row, including the tutors that I had that called me an idiot. I kind of tried to help them a little bit with English the first time. Then I gave them a test, and they fired me on the second time since we met together, and called me an idiot and told me the pastor or they call it pastors of Church of Christ. They called me an idiot. I've had other people call me an idiot. Some of my best friends, well, pretty much my best friends. Well, not my best friends, but about my third and fourth best friends, they called me idiots, or the man did. Am I an idiot? Am I an idiot? I mean, I can do calculus. Does that make me an idiot? I can do algebra. Does that make me an idiot? I've done geometry before in high school. I've done trigonometry in high school. Am I an idiot? I won an award from the journalism teacher for the best writing he said the best article he's ever read in high school. Am I an idiot? I know other people are smarter than I am, but I mean, I speak 3 languages. I might speak a 4th one. I don't think Spanish will be hard to learn knowing Portuguese. How is it I didn't get an A in high school, but I speak Portuguese almost like it's my native language? I mean, it's far from being a native language to me, but this video that I'm making in English, I could probably make most of it, if not all of it. Maybe not all of it. Maybe not the whole of it, but I can make most of it in Portuguese, no problem. I might not know the word for grade point average or something like that, but I know over 10,000 words in Portuguese. I took a test to see. I'm a C2, which is the highest level a non-native speaker can be in a foreign language. I'm a B1 in Swahili as far as vocabulary. Not necessarily the other stuff. But I'm an idiot, I won't say much more. I'll get into trouble. But, people seem to know who I am. I had a teacher in university who insulted me, and I don't know what happened. I insulted her back, and I didn't want to, but I insulted her back anyway. Same thing happened in high school. I insulted somebody, popular kid. I didn't want to insult him, but it was like I didn't have a choice or something. But she said, "How stupid can you be?" Or one of the students that was sitting by her said, "How stupid can you be?" And the teacher said she said, "If I were you," I used to go by my middle name. She said, "If I were you, Brandon, I would be concerned about my grade."